Alright, so something surely does not want me to share my video about my experience with a mantid being. It keeps cutting out and not recording. The recording just stops. So, take 3. In November 2025, I encountered a mantid being physically. Now, a year and a half to 2 years beforehand, it connects a story, what I'm going to tell you, because I kept receiving out of nowhere, no matter what I was doing. I could be sitting on the couch watching something, I could be talking to somebody, I could just be sitting outside. The image of a mantid being, its face was imprinting on me. I kept seeing the image, random moments, different times a day. It didn't make sense until November 2025 last year. It's June 6, 2026 right now. I was in the bedroom in the basement, getting ready to head out. It was a sunny day. Lots of sun was coming in through the windows. Could see everything very clearly. As I was getting ready to walk out, there's one step outside the door to get onto the next the surface. So I was walking out the door. My right foot was down on the floor. My left foot was still behind me on the step because I had my left hand over on the doorknob, pulling the door closed while I was facing outside the bedroom. Something stopped me in my tracks. I was just frozen. It wasn't scary. It was just something froze me in my tracks, and I felt the energy from the left of me hit me, went through the left side of my body where I felt it strongly. So I was stunned, but not in fear. Something just told me, stay still, just relax. So I just stood there with my hand on the door, had it closed, and from my peripheral vision, I was actually, in that moment, I didn't realize until just now as I'm speaking, I was using my senses to feel around me, what was around me, and it's like I was trying to feel if it was good, bad, what was there, if it was there physically. I never really noticed that until now. It's kind of like when your hair stands up on your arm or your leg or something, you kind of feel it, or your neck. Well, I was using my senses to feel the energy around me, I guess. I just now noticed it. So anyways, I could see with my peripheral vision to the left of me, something was standing there, and I could tell it was cloaked because the shape of the cloaking was more straight and going out. And it's like I could kind of see like a hood, and it was tall. So as I was able to see this peripherally, the image imprints into my mind as if I'm looking to the left of me, and everything in the surrounding in the basement that is there was there in this image. But it was a mantid being, and it was cloaked. So, one thing I learned, and this is the experience that taught me to look into every detail, because every detail matters. It was cloaked in this velvety color, kind of royal, deeper blue color cloak. I could see there were some gold accents on it, on the trimming. There was a hood on the mantid being, but the mantid being kind of hid out its face. I guess because it was physically there, it didn't want to scare me seeing its face. Maybe it knew more than I did that I might be a little fearful. So when I looked up the information about the blue cloak and the gold accents, what it means, again, I just shared the video of the Pleiadian encounter that I had. And I'm realizing that extraterrestrial life, they all have assigned roles, duties, positions, and ranks. And I'm realizing that so far that's 2 for me that I'm now, after so long, realizing are wisdom keepers and healers, and part of the Galactic Federation, Galactic Confederation, however anybody wants to word it. We all understand. It's part of one group. And so I looked deep into it. There's a lot of information you can look online, and I ended up actually finding out my answers. I didn't know when I had this encounter experience, I didn't know what to think of it or where to find answers. Synchronistically, I was rewatching Cosmic Disclosure on the Gaia streaming app, season 1. Was it season 1? Maybe not season 1. But they talk about the mantid beings. And I wasn't watching it, but I was listening to it. Out of nowhere, I was like, the day before, I was like, man, I really want to find out why I saw this mantid being in the blue cloak. You know, sometimes I ask myself these questions and I want to know the answers, but a lot of times I won't look it up online. I don't know why that is about me, but I won't. And I wait for the answers to come to me, and it's just a habit of thing that I do without realizing I do it. Well, happened to put on the right episode, the first episode I put on for that night after my day, at the end of the day. And all I hear, because I wasn't watching it, is mantid beings wearing cloaks. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Thank you for that answer. Thank you for giving me guidance. And so one thing I'll tell you, especially because right now, David Wilcock did mention on his videos before disclosure happened, before it was told on the news of 4 different species interacting with humans on Earth, right? David Wilcock was telling that before the news told that. Well, now I had the full-on experience of them physically being around me and getting close to me. Nothing bad happened. But I didn't feel emotional. Like when I interacted with a Pleiadian being, I was emotional. I was like, okay, I know that for sure is family, and I feel the love from them, and you know, we hugged. But the mantid being, I don't understand. I know I'll eventually get more answers, and they'll give me more information. Because since I understood what happened, and I did start doing research after I came across that Cosmic Disclosure video on Gaia, I've been receiving images of other beings, kind of similar in nature, not 100%. I'm not sure if they're like on the same planet or something, but I'm receiving information and images randomly of things I've never seen before. The way that they cloaked themselves to ensure they didn't scare me wasn't a tactic. It looked like it genuinely was observing me, and like it wanted me to witness this so I can know it. And by know it, it's almost like so that I know it isn't trying to harm me. It isn't bad, like the gossip and opinions that are being spread online and on the news about them being bad. And just because you have bad experiences with some doesn't make them all bad. Clearly there was one that was cloaked with the gold designs on it, on the blue cloaking, was showing me that it was holding information based on that cloak, you know, and it didn't want me to be afraid. Now, if you, again, like, not all reptilians are bad, but there are some bad ones, and I will eventually get to sharing that one. But I want to share my positive experiences before I share that one bad apple story encounter. Is that if the being wanted to do bad, the mantid wanted to do something bad, if they wouldn't have tried to keep me from feeling fear. It isn't to confuse me or a psyop of any kind. It wanted to connect with me. And that's because I guess, somehow I was open to it without realizing it. And I just hope that more people will get their own experience and see you can be neutral with these beings. There doesn't have to be good and bad. There can just be straight. We exist amongst one another and we can help each other. I have information, I have wisdom. I can help you and you do with us, right? It's like uniting in a way. That's what I felt from the experience. So that's all I want to share right now. There's a lot of details to a lot of these stories that I maybe miss here and there, but it's not crucial information. It's like the small details of things that I can always share again later in time. But maybe the next week or two I'll share about my reptilian experience, which was a bad one. Anyways, take care.